Going back to planting these seeds, you're through connections, you're reaching out to these people. Is it via email, via LinkedIn? Are you calling? How are you doing that?
What I like to try and do is I like to have someone else approach managers and agents for me. So I will talk to potentially some of the talent that we had on Killing Winston Jones, or I will talk to some of the connections that I have from when I was working at Innovative, the assistants that I worked alongside now that are, agents or junior agents or development execs or working in some creative capacity in the industry, and see if they can, call in the favor for me. I mean, the thing is, I have developed quite a few relationships, so what I try to rely on is people that actually want to help me. So if they read a script of mine and it's the worst thing they've ever read, then it's not a fit for them to try and help me and take it to anyone. But if they read it and it speaks to them for some reason, and they want to take it out or they want to talk to someone about it for me, that's primarily how I approach the situation. I just think that having worked in the agencies, receiving an email, if you're an assistant or you're an agent, you're so busy with other projects, that email is most likely going to end up in the trash. And I'm not saying that it should be that way, and it's too bad that it is that way, but that's just the way that it is. It's the same with cold calling or a phone call. If you can have someone call on your behalf, if you know someone who's represented at that boutique agency or that top agency and they can make a call on your behalf and get the ball rolling, that's usually the best way to do it. So I think you'll find a lot more success when you can draw those connections.
So it sounds like when you do have something in the works, that's when you start planting these seeds in terms of reaching out and knowing that it may be a no or just a maybe or we'll look into it. But then once they see the final results of that and know that you can be trusted to deliver, then that's when stuff starts happening, so that people should be planning that.
Well, let me give you an example. So when I was working at Innovative, Joel Moore had just come off the success of Dodgeball. And so everyone there at the agency was courting him. They wanted to give him different projects to go out on, and he was in the office all the time. And one day I ran into him and I said, I have this script that I'm writing, and I think you would be absolutely perfect for one of the roles. That role ended up going to John Heater when we finally got it made, but that's probably a green thing to do. I was an assistant at the time. I don't know that I'd recommend that to people, but Joel, being the brilliant and kind person that he is, indulged me and said, great, when you have it, send it to me. I'll read it. I'll read anything that you send me. And once I left the agencies and I was taking the time to finish this particular project, Killing Winston Jones, and the script, I sent it to him. And because of that small interaction that we had, all those years earlier. And luckily, he read it and he really enjoyed it. I mean, he called me a day after I sent it to him and wanted to direct it and star in it and produce it, which of course I'm not going to say no, because anyone at that point that's bringing themselves on, especially someone with the credits such as Joel has, that's a great opportunity for me. So based on that connection alone, we were able to make it, to make the film. Now that's rare though. I think that, like I said, what I was getting at before, those moments are few and far between. I think if you're working in an agency capacity and talent comes in and you can talk with them, great, do it. But a lot of times, if you were to see an agent or see an actor on the outside world and you started pitching them your idea or your project, it's just not going to happen. It's the same with representation. The more people you can have in your corner helping you and talking with people on your behalf, especially people who have established themselves at that point, that's going to be the most helpful.